Good morning, everybody. Johnny B. Good here. Today is Saturday. Have no idea what date is. I think it's the 15th. Saturday, March 15, 2014. Local time here is 11:02. Temperature is 54 degrees. Needless to say, yesterday was a very humbling experience. To elaborate what happened yesterday, this is how it goes. The night before I picked up the trailer, I already input the address to Tom and the GPS to try to find it, because I've learned not to rely on Sandy, because Sandy doesn't always work out well. But somehow Tom could not find it, so I went to sleep. Woke up at 5:30, and once again I look at the paperwork, and my dyslexic mind just, I don't know, numbers are almost like they're like scrambled eggs to me. I don't know. So anyway, you guys have seen the video before this, so I'm not gonna go through all that. So I picked up the trailer, drove it, went to Port Chester, New York, feeling mighty proud. Job well done. Made it through the traffic. Even saw a beautiful sunrise, which you guys have seen. Got there 35 minutes early. I mean, you know, all of us can feel good when the job is accomplished, and accomplished well, right? So I thought. Got there, sat for about 15 minutes. Receiver calls me in, says door 3. By the way, when I checked in at the receiver, I noticed that they were only supposed to get 260 cases, and the temperature was set at 33 degrees. Okay, so anyway, I backed in. As soon as I opened the trailer door, I noticed it was loaded way all the way to the back, and it was a frozen, one of those -10 temperature feel, you know, when you open the trailer door. And I knew it. I knew exactly what happened. The biggest fear and the biggest thing that I tried to avoid ultimately did happen. I grabbed the wrong trailer. So I called Travis. Travis was very kind, very understanding, very calm. And by the way, Travis is also a Christian. He's a believer, so that helps a lot. Travis sends me back to the yard to grab my original trailer, which the trailer that I was supposed to have yesterday had 2 drops. By the time I got to the yard, they have already taken the original first stop off, because that wasn't gonna work anyway, right? Which was a really nice deal. So I go to the yard. I had to hand them the original bill lading for that load, which is Restaurant Depot. And so I grabbed the trailer. Now I'm only left with one load, last drop, which is going to Newburgh, New York. And it was pretty close. It was, well, that was already late anyway. So I got over here, and in my mind, I was already all ruffled up. I was already all upset. Couldn't think straight. I'm thinking I'm going to CNS in Chester, New York. Remember Chester, New York from last week? Ugh. So I followed Sandy to the letter to where I was going. And I'm thinking, why am I here? And I Googled CNS, and it was 28 miles away from here. So now I'm thinking, Sandy, what in the world are you doing? You don't know what you're doing. CNS is over there. So I turn off Sandy. Attempt to deliver it to CNS in Chester. And that's when it started all over again. I got lost, ended up some back roads. Everywhere I turned was low bridges. 9'10", 9'3". And every turn, everywhere I went, it was either a very narrow street, no trucks, low bridges, and oh boy. So I said, Lord, just get me out of here. I don't care about the appointments anymore. I don't care about just... All I wanted to accomplish was to get out of that road and not hit anything, not do a trailer topping, not get a ticket, not get into an accident, right? I mean, the task at hand has already changed. It was no longer about delivering the load. It was trying to get out of that situation and back on the main road and without any incidents and tickets and accidents. And hooray, I made it. After all the prayer that says, show me the way, Lord. Yeah. So I finally got to CNS over there in Chester. And I just realized it was the wrong CNS. Oh boy. All this, I lost about an hour, I think. An hour or so. Gotta be more than an hour. See, the whole day long, my mind was already all screwed up. It was all, it was already... I was already bent out of shape. I was praying to dear life with all the strength that I could muster to focus and just to get through it. All said and done, I ended up in CNS in Chester, realizing it was a wrong CNS. And the thing that really hurt most is I was only 2.5 miles away to the CNS in Newburgh, New York, which I was already there. So, swallowed my pride, swallowed all the guilt and all the thing, and just the task came back to deliver the load again. So I go back to Newburgh, found the place finally. I go there and show up at the gate, and when the security guard says, could you go turn around in our yard, park along the side or by the turnabouts, and I knew that was bad. See, the appointment was set at 1:30. I didn't get there till 4:30, 5 o'clock. As soon as they told me to park on the side, I knew they were not going to take it. So I did that. Parked the truck, parked blue on the side. Walked in back there. Opened the door, and the whole the whole chicken coop of a excuse of a guardhouse, which is, I bet you Blue's cab is probably bigger than that little guard shack there. there were two guys in there, and they were just smoking their lungs out. I mean, I opened the door, and you know me, I hate cigarettes. I opened the door, and just poof. I'm like, wow. So I stayed out, and they said, well, they're not gonna take it. It needs to be rescheduled. I said, okay. So go back to the truck, and now this was at 4:05 p.m. Central Time, and Travis, my DM, leaves at 4, and I'm thinking, now what? So I sent him a message anyway. I called him up. He never answered. Sent him a message, and wouldn't you know it, he replied. And his reply was, I'll update customer service. A few minutes later, customer service told him to tell me to bring the trailer or the load back to the yard. To sum it all up, this whole delivery thing was completely a failure. The hundreds of dollars on fuel, toll, wear and tear, my time, the potential of danger and everything was just it was incredible. So it was a total failure as far as delivery goes, but lesson learned. Lesson learned. And so now I'm still okay. By the time I learned that I was to take back the load to Allentown, I only had an hour and 30 minutes left to drive, and Allentown from here is what, 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I would have just loved to be able to go back to the yard, spend my weekend there, because my load doesn't pick up till tomorrow at 1900, which I have learned that they are giving me a pre-plan to pick up out of our terminal, and that delivers in Methuen, Massachusetts, 2 in Connecticut. Jess, I misspoke when I said Maine. That was I think that was a different pre-plan also. So now, unfortunately, at the CNS, this TA right here is with, I don't know, can't remember the name of this town here, Maybrook, I think it is. There's a TA right here on 84, which is only 8 miles away from CNS in Newburgh. So I just decided to come over here, and I needed a bath really bad anyway, and I needed to clean the windshields and the windows. So I just decided just to stay here. Took a really long shower, and shower here are very, very clean, although the water pressure here could do a little bit more. But I decided just to take a shower, take a long breathe, get me lunch. I had I think I had whitefish or perch or something like that. And this place is all you can eat menu. That means you can order all you want. You order a certain dish, and you can order them to keep them coming until you die. So yesterday, it was Friday, I ordered fish and soup, salad, and they got a very nice TV room here, and just chilled out, went to sleep at 9 o'clock, and I think I slept for 10 hours. So now I'm debating whether to stay here one more day to complete my reset, which completes tomorrow at 6 a.m. and or see if I complete my reset here at 6 a.m. tomorrow, drive to the yard. I fear that by the time my load will be ready, I will not be able to complete my 10-hour break again. But I don't know. And I don't really need a reset anyway. I mean, it's not like they're gonna run me hard anyway, right? I only have 1 delivery on Monday and 2 on Tuesday, which kind of scares me because I need to be in Green Bay or at the house by the 20th, because I'm gonna have to I gotta go pick up Toby Witt for the writer program. And if you guys don't know what a writer program is, that's me inviting any one of you out there to ride with me for a week, 2 weeks, to expose you into the truck driving world before you go trucking. Alright, well, wow, 16 minutes of blobbling. Anyway, I'll give you guys an update later. And the thing that discourages me about the TA here is 4G network is not available. So right now I'm gonna go over there and get me some breakfast before I decide anything, whether to go or not. Once again, thank you for your prayers. I got all your comments and emails. I just cannot reply to them right now because the internet here is really slow. And by the time you guys probably see this video, it will be way later. So, alright, thank you again for all your prayers and supports out there. Kind words. Have a good and godly day. And one thing I gotta say, the Spirit of the Lord sustained me yesterday. I would have done the all that stuff if it had been for the Spirit of the Lord with sustaining me. So once again, a friendly reminder, today is the day of salvation, man. Start living. Lead that sinful, wretched life. It ain't worth it. Peace.